Today I wanted to share what is my smallest but most complete Disney pin collection, and that would be the Brave Little Toaster. I think a lot of people forget that the Brave Little Toaster actually is a Disney movie. I know at times to me it kind of just feels like a weird fever dream of a movie, but I do love it, and I always have such fond memories of watching it, and I think even now it still holds up as a pretty awesome movie. But my Brave Little Toaster pin collection is my most complete collection because I own every single Brave Little Toaster pin that there is. Granted, there are only 2 pins in existence, these guys right here, but that still means that I am technically a Brave Little Toaster completist, as they say. And people call themselves completists when they own every single pin that has been released in a series. Typically, people will collect movies, so there are people who are Tangled completists. There are also people who are Up completists, which is kind of insane to me thinking about finding and owning that many different pins. That's why I decided a collection like the Brave Little Toaster would be a little bit easier to manage completing. So I thought I would show off my complete collection of Brave Little Toaster pins. This first pin here features the Brave Little Toaster and Lampy, with City of Light and Cities in the background. So if you look on the back, this is actually a pretty old pin. This is from the early 2000s, and it's numbered pin 63 because it was part of this Magical Musical Moments series. This is the original backer card for City of Light. And so they came out with a whole bunch of these pins that featured a song from these Disney movies on them. You can see original retail price for this was only $4.50, which if only pins were still this cheap. But I think this pin is really neat. So one other interesting things about these pins is that this series is actually pretty thin. So you can definitely see that this is an older series. So this means that this is the only Disney pin that Lampy appears on. And the last Brave Little Toaster pin in my collection that completes the collection is this Brave Little Toaster PTD, Pin Trader Delight. So PTDs come from the Disney Studio Store Hollywood, and they always feature a character eating an ice cream. And a lot of the times they will come out with sometimes some more obscure characters, so that's why it is so awesome that they actually came out with a Brave Little Toaster PTD. And like most PTDs, this one here is a limited edition of 300. That means that there is only a maximum of 300 people in the world that can have a complete Brave Little Toaster pin collection, and I'm lucky enough to be one of them. So this is what my smallest but most complete Disney movie pin collection looks like. Just these 2 little Brave Little Toaster pins. I'm pretty doubtful that they'd come out with more Brave Little Toaster pins considering how old the movie is, and I don't know if it's necessarily obscure, but again, I feel like most people kind of forget that it's a Disney movie. But it'd be super awesome if they did end up coming out with more Brave Little Toaster pins, and I think I would definitely have to get them to make sure that my collection stays complete.
I hope you enjoyed this video, and please do consider subscribing if you'd like to see more Disney and pin related content. And I hope you have a zippity-doo Disney day!